That's what I want to speak about now. Like,
Yeah,
what's letters in design? What is it about?
sure.
How did you decide to start it, and what's in the
Yeah,
future about it?
yeah. So basically,
What's up, everybody? Milanist here, and welcome to the Calligraphers Podcast. This is a show where I talk with some of the most inspiring and influential artists in the world of calligraphy, lettering, and sign painting with the goal of exploring their mindset and understand how they became successful.
I think especially the past few years because I wasn't getting much time to practice calligraphy, and through my, when you're working and it's just sometimes difficult on the weekends. So it was a mixture of that, and also when I did the workshops in Scriptorium, I just thought they were so cool, and I was kind of just frustrated. Like, there are workshops in Dublin, but I couldn't really find any doing that particular, what Adam does, such great artists like Michael Ward, Luca Barcelona, people like that every month or so, and just frustrated that nobody was doing it in Dublin really, so I just said, I said that'd be cool to do something like this, and then I thought, that's just an idea, it's never going to happen. And then it was actually a year later, my friend was saying, did you ever do those workshops? And I said, no. I said, fuck this, I'm gonna give this a go, basically, and so basically, yeah, a mixture. As I said, when I wasn't practicing that much, if I'm not doing, I'd like to do something with calligraphy, kind of, so similar to yourself, you just, when you've got into calligraphy, researching the internet, and a lot of sites, they're not continued anymore. There's kind of difficult, even though it's the internet, it's difficult to get information. So it was a mixture like that. I just said, I'll try this, so it started from there really. And I thought basically, the workshops was the first idea, I said I'd love to do a workshop, but then, maybe one day of just one person, and then I said, well, maybe try do a conference, a 2-day conference where you have a few workshops and speakers and live demos over, I kind of was influenced by the conference in Australia called Typism.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of Typism? Yeah, so
Just a second.
I was, okay, cool. The books. Okay. Oh,
talking
cool,
about
man.
it?
Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Here is I think
Yeah.
this is book 3.
Book 3. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, that one had a big influence because in Dublin, I don't know if you've heard of the design festival called Offset.
No,
Offset.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's massive. It's everything. I think it's running maybe 10 years now, but you have, I think it's 2,500 people every year. It's 2 or 3 days, but it's I think it's one of the main to-go graphic design conferences in the world. But they do typography and lettering, but it's more everything graphic design, So I mainly wanted to kind of do make it an annual event, so it's kind of like a lettering, typography, calligraphy version of Offset, if you know what I mean. So just to basically what Typism are doing basically in Australia, and I thought, I haven't seen this being done here. This be cool to give it a try,
Yeah.
to do something like that. So I kind of the workshops. Well, I had to get Adam over, obviously, for creative calligraphy. I actually signed up to do his workshop on day 1, but I was so busy running around, I forgot. I'm organising the conference. You're not going to have time, obviously, to do the workshop because you're going to be running around all day, So I didn't actually do it in the end, basically. And then another big influence would be Victor Cams. I just loved from day 1 would have been Victor and Adam are the main 2 guys I like doing. And basically, so to start, I actually contacted Victor for the logo. Victor did the logo. That was about maybe over a year ago. I just contacted him. It was more so, I did not think the event would happen, but I just wanted to get something done by him, a logo, So I just explained the idea to him. I was talking to him just via email, explained the idea to him and what I was trying to do. So he thought, it's a great idea. And then he was there. Oh, I love Dublin, man. I haven't been there since 2003, so that'd be a good excuse to come back over, So I initially it was just to do the logo and see what happens there. And then a few months later, I said, oh, well, let's get him over to do a workshop and do a talk also, you know. So he was up for that. Like, he really thought that was a great idea. So he did the logo basically for the website, and then Adam, obviously. And the third workshop was by a guy called Steve Simpson. He's very good. Like, he's very big internationally. Like, he's from the UK. He's an illustrator and lettering artist, but he's around a long time. Like, he's done some major projects. He actually does a lot of workshops around the world, you know, and he's from the UK originally, but I think he's here 15, 16 years, but he does a lot of illustration, lettering, packaging, and all sorts of stuff. Like, so I thought it'd be cool to get him on board as well, you know, because I wanted it predominantly calligraphy, but my main interest, but I thought to mix it up, you know, have some lettering, sign painting, a bit of variety, to do a bit of everything, so it's not just calligraphy, you know. So but I'd be more, that's why I wanted I'd have to get Victor, Adam, and Francesco, of course, and Nicolo from Italy over, you know. So so the 3 workshops was day 1 basically. So it was creative calligraphy with Adam, and then brush pen with Victor, and the course with Steve Simpson was lettering. It was really cool. They had to design their own 7-inch record based on a psychedelic theme. Like, so if you look on the Instagram page, you'll see the pictures of what they did. They made a 7-inch record, Steve, you know. It was very good. So that was day 1. That was day 1, and for day 2, basically, yeah. So I wanted to do kind of 8 speakers, so have have 4 local Irish speakers and then 4 international speakers. And the first guy, basically, when I first came up with the idea, I discovered an Irish sign writer called Colm O'Connor. Okay, he's really good. Like, he's I think he's doing it 25 years or so. Like, but if you look at a lot of pubs, coffee shops, shop fronts in Dublin, he's done half the city, you know. And I discovered him actually through as a film. I'll show you now. I want one more prop for you.
Dude, while doing this, I just wanted to say, when I saw in the beginning the background, I was not jealous, but the more I look, I'm like, man, look your background, look mine. I'm like,
yeah. I said,
damn.
I just, yeah, it was very good. So I just said, good timing, you know. So that was so great. Like I said, the weekend went so great, you know. When you're putting on these for the first time, you know, you don't know what's gonna happen, you know. And then when it finally gets to the week, you're like, fuck, this is actually happening, you know. Jesus. Yeah, you're like, oh, holy shit. Like, and then you just got to play it by ear, see how it goes, you know. So the whole 2 days just went perfect, you know. It was really good, you know. And basically I had a lot of people coming up at the end saying it was really good, thanks for doing. When are you doing again? I said, yeah, next year, absolutely, like, you know. And so yeah, it went really well. But back to, so Colm O'Connor, when I was trying to discover, like, in Dublin, it's a lot of there's a lot more sign painters, sign writers, graffiti artists more than calligraphers, I think, you know. Like, maybe there's a lot of calligraphers doing as hobbies in their bedrooms, but you don't see any of their work or hear from them, you know. Like, apart from Dennis Brown, obviously, but it seems to have a lot more kind of sign painting, sign writing, and graffiti artists, you know, which are some amazing artists, you know. So when I was kind of looking, I discovered this short 15 film called The Gentlemen of Letters, basically. So it's very good. That's it there, you know.
Nice.
So
it's a movie, or?
Yeah, it's a 15-minute movie, but it's really good. So it's basically a Dublin sign painting film, basically. So it's all about sign painters and sign writing, history of it in Dublin, you know. So if you Google anybody watching it, Gentlemen of Letters, it'll come up. It's a 15-minute video, but it's really good. And so I discovered the signer Colm O'Connor there, you know. So I have some of his work here also. I'll show you.
Man, I love how you came prepared, man. This is so cool. People, if you're listening now and you're like in the future gonna be on the
future podcast, yeah.
Just do something like this, dude, man. This is super cool. Now it even makes me think, dude, I have to come prepare and show stuff like this. Like,
oh yeah. My first podcast and I'm showing you up, am I?
That's cool, man.
But,
you teach me stuff.
Yeah. So here's this is Colin O'Connor.
Nice.
Yeah, and he did. This is FX Buckley. It's famous butchers in Dublin, but that work is featured in the Gentlemen of Letters. So it's really, he's so much work. If you check him out on Instagram, you'll see all the work he's done. But he came across as a really cool dude in the video. So that was the first Irish artist I kind of discovered. So I said I'd contact him and just pitched the idea to him, and he said he'd actually done a few talks before, so he was well up for it, so from day one. And he was one of the first artists I thought, like, he was really good. But his talk was very good. I'll talk about it later. It was really good talk. So there was him, and then I discovered Vanessa Power. She goes under Signs of Power. She's an Irish sign painter.
Mm-hmm.
Have some of her work here as well. So. My old flower. That's a kind of a Dublin slang saying, If you're talking to a girl, my old flower.
Okay.
Yeah. Or me old flower. Yeah. So then this is some more of her work as well.
Nice.
She's really good. She was supposed to make the conference, but she couldn't make it in the end. So definitely going to get her next year. But she's actually doing a big solo show at the moment. It's in I think it's Hang Tough Gallery in Dublin. So it was for 2 weeks. It got extended there for another 2 weeks. So it's a big solo exhibition. But she's really good, And so I discovered her. Then also next artist was Cormac from Max Sign Painting. I forgot. I didn't get a chance to print any of his stuff. I haven't got everything for every artist now. So.
It's all right, man.
Printers cost too much, So he was really. He's kind of young upcoming artist. He's done a lot of work, but he actually does a lot of work with Vanessa. Actually, collaborates with her a lot, So he was the next artist, and then I had Holly Pereira. She's an Irish. She's an illustrator, muralist, and letterer. So I kind of heard of her work. Actually, heard of her work through a friend, basically. So I just thought it'd be nice to contact her. Like she was very good. She does again a lot of murals around the city as well. And there's actually a really good festival on in Ireland. I actually only discovered it this year. It's running 2 or 3 years, but I did not know about it. It's down south of Ireland, in a town called Waterford. So basically they are given the city to do murals on buildings all over the city,
Oh, nice.
So it's amazing, yeah. So Holly did a piece down there, and so did Cormac and Vanessa, But again, I think it's running 2 or 3 years. But I only I saw an ad for it, and I was like, wow, what's this, And it's amazing because in Dublin as well, it's frustrating because in Berlin you have a lot of wall spaces, and Dublin's different. There are spots, but they're very limited compared to Berlin. What you can do, you see people painting on rooftops and like the calligraphy freaks in Berlin, but you can't do that in Dublin. It's the council take everything down straight away. There's so many good murals, and they only stay up for like 2 or 3 weeks, and they're gone. The city council take them down.
Probably because they are not done legal. Maybe, I don't know, if somebody wants to do something like this, they have to contact the money. What's it called? The town.
Council. Yeah.
And maybe if it's organized through them, they will leave it. But I don't know how it is.
Yeah. So Waterford Walls. Anyway, if you check it out, I'll send you a link later. But Waterford Walls, it's they're basically given so many buildings around the town to paint over, like different murals and stuff, and really, really amazing work, you know. And so that was that, yeah. And also, I'll just talk about some of more of the artists in Dublin. Like, there's a guy. Have you heard of Mazer? Mazer.
I'm not sure, like there's like so many people do
true.
I see the work and stuff, but like I cannot remember all the names, you know, sometimes.
Yeah.
Maybe I know him, maybe I don't.
Yeah. I think he's around a very long time. Like, he does kind of colourful illustration shapes as well, but he started off, I'll show you some of his work as well, like which is really good. This is in I think he did this with an artist collaborator, a guy called Aches from Dublin. He's very good as well. So it's kind of you are alive.
Okay.
It's really cool, you know. It says you are alive, so get your head out of your phone. So it says that's on the street, you know. So I think he did both of them collaborated doing that drawing, you know, and he does a lot of basic, you know, the types are basic, but just, if you watch the film Gentlemen of Letters, he describes, you know, it's basic, but then someone's attention span is very short as well. So yeah, that's the kind of idea. He's, this is a cool one. Don't be afraid.
Nice.
Side of a street, you know. He has a lot of, like, you know, it's simple but very effective. I like it, you know, and it gets the message across, you know.
It's still letters, man, you know.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And here's some of Ache's work. Very good.
Okay, it's more like a graffiti.
Yeah, graffiti, like, yeah. But he does some amazing kind of 3D kind of murals of portraits. Mm-hmm. It's really good. Like, so if you check out Waterford Walls, they have a website. They have a show of all the work they've done there. It's really good, you know. So yeah, that film really inspired me as well. Gentlemen of Letters. So that really inspired me very much, you know. So sorry, just one moment, my phone's gone out.
Yeah, no worries.
So that really inspired me as well. So yeah, it was kind of the workshops. So then the 8 speakers, then for the international speakers, obviously I wanted Adam, and because I wasn't really sure, obviously, you know, he does a lot of videos, but I didn't know if he would do talks. But he was like, yeah, I'm well up for this, man. And then Victor as well, and then Calligraphy Francesco, you know Francesco, like, so yeah, he's such a nice guy, like, and he did a talk, and I had Nicolo, is it Nicolo Visalai? I don't know how to pronounce properly, yeah. So
man, you had only people from Calligraphy Masters team, man.
Yeah. So I just thought it'd be cool because they're all good friends also, you know, and it'd be great because I know they only get to see each other. They're so busy, different countries, so it'd be a nice reunion for them also, you know. So it's really good. So yeah, Adam did a great talk as well. His work, you know, he's so much. I think he had 250 slides, but he tried to get through as many as he could, you know. Not all, you know, but he's some really cool stories, you know, and one was really funny. He's talking about his work to tattoos, where some guy, it was the lyrics from, you know, No Limit, that pop song from years ago. Someone wanted no limit on that, like, he was there, you joke. He thought they were joking, and then they actually arrived with the what they wanted. He's there, you sure? Okay, some funny stories like that. And then he had tattooing some guy's head, his whole head, and it was funny. He just said that the guy was just sitting there reading a book while his head was being tattooed. They said he came prepared for pain, and he was okay. He was reading a book while getting his whole head tattooed. Like, some funny stories like that, like, you know. And then Victor did a great talk, and so, and then I had Francesco did a really good talk. You know, I didn't realize as he works in advertising as well for such a long time, some massive projects he's done, like, were amazing. You know, he showed some. It was in some big lake where they had a boat where it kind of went around to do lettering, like the waves made lettering. Like, there was
I've seen it.
So there was some really interesting stuff like that, you know. Which he's I didn't really, you just see his presentation, you realize how much work this guy has done, or big projects, you know. So it was so good to have them all together, you know. So we did that, and then also as part, we had live demos. So basically, that's the idea of the canvas behind. So Adam, Victor, Francesco, and Nicolo, and Mikhail from Calligraphy Berlin. They all did a mural each, basically, you know. So Adam did this, and I have the rest of the canvases back in my house. But I'm going to try and see if I can get Adam's. Obviously, I'm keeping for my bedroom, but I'll see if I can get the other one sold for the guys in some art galleries or something, or else I'll send them back to them, you know. And but it's just crazy to have the Calligraphy TS1 Victor Cam's canvas in my bedroom in the spare room. Crazy, man. Like.
but that's what happens when you decide to try something, man.
Yeah, absolutely, like, you know. So it was amazing, like, you know. So that really added to the because I just thought, you know, to do something else from speakers would be cool to do that as well, you know. And then of course we had live screen printing as well, like, so I had some tote bags, t-shirt, and brush pen to give out just as a gift as well. That went down really well, like.
Yeah,
so
I saw those on the Instagram. So they were just for those 2 days. They are not selling anymore, or
I have a few spare. I can send you and a few people some. All right, no problem. Like, I'll send in the post. Yeah, so
that'd be
t-shirt
awesome,
and
man.
bag. Yeah. I had some books I wanted to get screen printed, but they wouldn't work on the surface, so I just got the sticker on them instead. But it adds a bit of dimension to the conference, you know. People appreciate it, you know, and they,
of course,
because they're, oh wow, are we getting these for free? And I was like, yeah, absolutely, like, yeah. So it was good, yeah. And then Victor had some of his t-shirts and prints as well, you know, some amazing work, some of his stuff. It's so cool, you know. So and Mikhail from Mikhail from Calligraphy. Do you know Calligraphy Berlin? It's a German collective.
I know.
Yeah,
them.
so he brought the limited collection, which is kind of, I think it's 15 or 16 prints from different artists around the world. So that's actually because I went to the Calligraphy's exhibition in Scriptorium in June. So I met Miguel there, you know, and it was just Adam introduced me, telling him about the idea, like, so I thought, oh, maybe, yeah, let's be cool to get you over as well, also, you know. So that was really good, like, you know. He's a good guy, Miguel, like, you know. So he did some live painting as well, also, you know. So
do you have any videos from the event, or?
Absolutely, yeah, they're coming on the way. Yeah, I have loads of photos. We have I've got some. My friends were doing the videos, so we have a lot of coverage. I'm going to do a few promo videos. Yeah, so hopefully in the next few weeks we'll have some 2-3 minute long videos, you know. So definitely, I was looking at them yesterday, the footage, it's really good, so we're going to definitely get that up, you know, get some logos and music in and some effects. And
awesome, man. I can do an article about it and share them.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, definitely.
Also, if you have some spare footage, I can edit something and put on Calligraphy Masters channel. That'd be awesome.
Wow, that'd be amazing. Yeah, that'd be a dream come true. Yeah,
definitely, man.
Like Calligraphy Masters. Yeah. So so going forward, then that's the plan. So I want to make it an annual event, basically, you know. So hopefully to do it, because the venue were very happy as well. They said, oh yeah, like, if you want to do this next year, let us know. So
but I wanted to ask, like, you said you were inspired by Tapeism, but Tapeism are also releasing a book each year. Do you have any thoughts like this also? Or?
Yeah, that's actually, I'd like to, a lot of artists I'd love to contact. I would love to do something like that, like, you know, like as well, you know, I think you were at the Design of Words, Francesco's thing. That was amazing, like, at the
Design of Words. It's right over.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah, I picked up my copy myself last year, but it was cool because Francesco he brought 2 or 3 of the original books from amazing stuff. Like it's just so good. Like, I think it was one of the artists. It's kind of like Middle Eastern kind of symbol styles. I don't know what his name is. Like that, it was amazing.
Zephyr.
Yeah, I think it was him, and it might have been some other guy, but yeah, that was just wow. Like, yeah, because he was showing everybody at the end, and I was like, Jesus, everyone's there. It's such amazing work, you know.
Wait, let me just a second to check if it's the same, because I know all the books, but I'm pretty sure you're talking about this. Let me just open it on my phone. Just a sec. You mean this kind of work?